Hi, my name is Carmen. I was the summer conservation intern at the Boston Public Library this year, and I got to treat this copy of the Liberty Bell. The Liberty Bell was printed in 1847 by Friends of Freedom, and they sold it to raise funds for their anti-slavery efforts. It was meant to be given as a gift book, and it's a collection of poems, stories, and essays. It was important to conserve this book because it's a highly requested item in our collection, so it needed to be able to handle a lot of use and wear and tear. The damage that it had was along the joint of the book, so right where a book opens, and we needed this repair to address that so that it could be opened safely and read safely by our patrons. In order to address the damage and make it safe for handling, I first had to remove the cover boards completely and prepare them for reattachment later. That involved lifting the covering material to create space for material to attach later on in the process. So in order to do this, I used a series of paper tabs to encourage the cloth to stay open without breaking or cracking. I had to clean the spine with methyl cellulose to remove the original lining because it was starting to disintegrate, so it wasn't actually doing the work that it needed to do to protect the spine anymore. I dismantled all of the original sewing because it was broken and needed replacement. And as I was doing this, I drew a diagram that showed the original 2-on abbreviated sewing. As I was sewing, I kept the diagram next to me to make sure that every stitch followed that pattern. So here are some photos from the after treatment, what the book looked like once I was done repairing it. And as you can see, the cover boards are now completely reattached to the text block. The spine piece is similarly reattached to the cover. The text block is now more stabilized and able to be handled safely. The last step of this treatment was creating an enclosure to protect the book. Because it had undergone such a robust repair, I wanted to make sure that it was protected even when it was on the shelf. My internship here was funded by the Associates of the Boston Public Library, and I'm really grateful to them for their support and prioritization of this opportunity.